midfield time once Viney and Petrarca come back. That's my only concern. And yeah, definitely Miller. You could have Garcia on the ground. You can have him flex for sure. Oh, Mansell's stressing old burnt bread out. Peatling, not huge CBA. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of mouths to feed in that Adelaide midfield. So I'd be slightly concerned. He's a watch for the Pracky, I think. But yeah, if you want to roll, if you want to come over to the YouTube, is what I was trying to say. Feel free. We'll probably go live for like another hour over there. But yeah, if not, thanks for joining in. We'll be back. When will I be back? We'll go live next Wednesday for sure. And then, yeah, I'll try to have a video out certainly every second day, almost trying for every day. Certainly leading up to the pre-season, there's lots to talk about leading up to the start of the season. So, yeah, thanks for joining in. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. YouTube, what is up? Got cords going everywhere, bro. Jesus, man. Are we like lagging there or something? What's going on? How are we? Give me a little sound check. How are we sounding? Oh, are we lagging or what's going on here? Fuck's sake. Give me a sec. I'll fucking kill someone. This is insane, bro. How are we sounding? How are we looking? Can someone give me a bit of an indication if we are coming through okay there? Because I think we're having a couple of lagging issues, but I've just changed the internet over to something that should work a little bit better. Oh, thanks, boys. Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Dan. Good stuff. Good stuff. A couple of slight issues there. All right, give me 1 sec. I've just got to reply to something just quickly. Oh, that's too long of a message to reply to. I thought it was just a short message there. I'm going to have to get back to that later. All right. Let's go. Amusement, what's up, mate? Hey, cutie pie. Jamie, what's up, mate? Amusement, what's my Pookie been up to in the last week? Just working hard, mate. We are a little bit gassed. We're a little bit tired, but we're getting there, mate. Yenchi, who is this good-looking man? What's up, mate? Oh, just a Sanger. It's burnt here. Nice. You'll have to let me know how we go on the multi there. Where are we? Tell Gaming HD thoughts on Cadco feeding generations. Yeah, that took me a bit to actually know what you're talking about. Yeah, they looked great, didn't they? They looked fantastic. I think they're going to delight those Bombers fans for some time. Magical, hello. What's going on? How are you? Just not sold on this connection here, guys. That's right. We might just have to trust it. I don't really like cheese. Love during this blinder of a game, Shorty. Disgraceful. Live, you mean? Yeah. Look, mate, we stick to the schedule. We were watching the game while on TikTok before. But yeah, we'll try and rewatch it. James, what's your thoughts on Nick Martin for Bailey Dale? Don't mind it. I thought Martin looked really good last night. So, yeah, he could definitely be an option. Maybe not my first, but good option. Bryden flagged on 2025. Oh, geez. No, they looked all right. Worth a look. I hope you guys would just give me a bit of... See, we still lagging here, or what's going on? This is really pissing me off. No, we're good. Okay, must just be me. Sweet. I'll just gun it then. I'll just go. Who's my number one couple on maths? That's too good. Yeah, look, I don't know if I have a favorite couple, mate, but gee, there's some saucy ones like Tony and what's that chick's name? Marina. Man, that is some crazy tension sometimes. I feel like Elliot's just a straight up wanker. Cannot stand Adrian. God, fuck that bloke. Detroit, time to go back to the car. Yeah, I know. Macca, hello, Shorty. Jaden Short looks good. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I like it. I'm going to have to give this a good look from the replay sense. But yeah, Perryman apparently also looking nice. Kepsy Max, straight from TikTok. Love it, mate. Thank you. Max, Rankin coach came out and said he's going to play 90% mid. Wow. Yeah, look, he's in my team, has been for some time. I think he's in for a huge season. Jack, Shorty, question for you. One thing relevant for many, as a big Bont man myself and yet so much value on the table, would you consider trading out Bont for a 200K rookie or Peatling and 550 bank at flex? Look, however you want to cut it, is up to you. But the philosophy of accessing and making the most of the mid prices that we have on offer, I do like. I think some years are more of we've got to lock in the guns. There's not that much value, but I feel like we've got a lot of value this year. So I'm definitely approaching it that way, not necessarily going the big guns, but a lot more mid price. Craig, what's going on, mate? G'day, Shorty. Give me your top 5 must-haves. I've changed my team so many times. Bombers might have a few defenders to have a look at. Yeah, for sure. Look, top 5 must-haves. Let's have a look at my side. I mean, certainly Daniel, McRae. I think we've also, rookies, there's a few must-have rookies, but honestly, the forward line, I feel like you need McRae, Daniel, and Smith. You don't want to miss on Horn Francis. I guess that's why most of us have a very similar forward line. And I think Sardis made himself a lock. Kako made himself a lock. Look, Will Day's one good pracky game away from doing that as well, I think. We can hear you. Good. Oh, yeah, that's when he all confirmed it. Lovely. Amusement just giving me some absolute lip. Jack, albeit 2 of Ashcroft, Power, Sligo, Callahan, and Reed. That was a follow-on. Yeah, I see. I'd go the mid-price option. I sort of alluded that to it before, but yeah, I think that's the play. Brighton, better over the last minute. Oh, yeah, cool. Thank you, boys. Thanks for the confirmation. Dan, what's with Levi Ashcroft being injured on SuperCoach? Didn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't heard that he's injured. I heard that he was coming back from the injury and was looking okay. So he played in the pracky the other day. So I'm not sure. But he's got to be a bit of a sub-risk, I reckon. Detroit, Nevitt and Sardis are in my team. I really like Sardis. Nevitt just didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for me. I just feel like he's not quite an absolute lock. Yeah, it sounds like we're a bit delayed here. I've got no idea what's going on with this internet, bro. So frustrating. We're going to switch over to some hotspot, my guys. Foss is in the house. What's up, Bailey? How are you, mate? I know I've asked a few times, but I've just swapped over to the hotspot. Can someone give me a bit of a read on how we're coming through there? Are we lagging still? What's going on? Because Shorty doesn't want to lose his shit, man. Technology just pisses me off, bro. Thank you, Sanger. Thank you, mate. No lag. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Far out, bro. Whenever it says you've got like weak internet connection, I'm starting to stress, man. Starting to stress. Magical Sonzi with 44 live points, pushing up to the midfield a little bit. That's interesting. He was a guy that showed a bit, and then he was just in and out, got suspended for a long time. So, yeah, maybe a left field rookie. Kepsy Max, thoughts on starting no mids over 600K? I don't mind it. I'm doing that. I think, like we said before, there's definitely a bit of a need or demand for some mid prices. It's a lot on offer. Amusement, you might have to give me the NRL Supercoach, mate. Ashton, who would you trade in for Callum Mills at the same price range? Jeez, honestly, there's not that many. Like, Perryman seems like the one at the moment. He's playing a good game right now if he continues that on. But I can't lie to you, there's not that many good options. Roberts in the mix. But, yeah, that's why I upgraded to a premium because there's not too many. We love it, Kepsy. We love it. Mitch Allen, do you play? Oh, that's to him. Levi, hey, mate, with Butters out, what's the plan? Yeah, thanks, Levi. Look, probably someone like a Sarong or LDU. We go a bit further down to a Will Day. They're probably a few of my guys that I'd consider. Galaxy Wolf, we love seeing him enter the chat. Hi, Shorty, just dropping in during my dinner break. Have a good night, my beautiful friend. Also, side note, it's Motlop season. Mate, good to see you. Hope work's treating you all right, mate. And he says also, Jaden Short, trap, please be aware. Oh, shit. Okay. Thank you for that. I'll keep it in mind. I'm going to re-watch this game later tonight, or at least probably the half. So thank you for that. I'll keep it in mind. Boomer Star, g'day, Shorty. Hope you're well. You too, mate. Thanks for the comment. Thoughts on a triple ruck setup? Currently got Gorn, Cherry, and DeConing in the flex. However, could move one of them for a premium midfielder. I personally feel like for me, the flex is more of a cash generator for me, making an extra bit of money for us because that's what we need to upgrade early days. But yeah, a few people have gone that approach too. Shorty lover. Daniel, what did you make of Cov's efforts on the weekend? Proud of your VB efforts. Thanks, mate. Look, the VB didn't go down well, but probably better than I expected. I would like a bit more clarity around Cov's efforts. I saw some footage. It turned me on, and I'd like to know more. So if you're still around, please update me. I don't really like Cheese. Sonzi actually has looked pretty good too. Hell of a kick on him. Yeah, interesting. I reckon he was one guy that coming through the junior ranks they really rated, and he's just been a bit off, but could be someone that we consider if he keeps going like this. Gaming HD, Dons were pretty accurate. Were you just pleading for a bloody behind for once? Yeah, I know. Insane. Like, they just didn't miss. I couldn't believe it. Shorty Lover, also what you think of Keno being a late out and was Caleb the right replacement? Oh, mate, Caleb, insane inclusion, definitely. Keno, that did hurt. I'm not going to lie. Bit of a mainstay in that engine room. Would have loved to see him, but hopefully he can redeem. Detroit, he's just talking to Mitch. Kepsy Max, thoughts on having all of Short, Roberts, and Perryman? Feels a bit risky for me, but I think he could be maybe two of them. Certainly one at this rate. Also, I have your Esky. Yeah, I forgot about that, actually. There's a couple of 196s in there too, mate. So thank you. I'll have to pick that up off you at some stage. Amusement. All right, real talk. People will watch Bont tomorrow and remember how good he is. Happened with Dacos already. Sometimes you forget how good these expensive primos are when you search for value. Yeah, it's a pretty good point. It is a pretty good point, mate. Yeah, I think you are pretty much on the money there. So we were quickly reminded about Dacos tonight, weren't we? Mitch, is Bailey Smith still a lock? Yeah, definitely. Definitely still a lock as far as I'm concerned, mate. Just a bit of a resting the other day. Dan, is Garcia a lock? Yeah, look at this rate. I think he is. Probably want to just get a bit of extra evidence on the next practice game. But, gee, midfield looked great. Big preseason, backed it up. I think he's a very, very much a strong consider. James, Levi Ashcroft concussion protocols, but he's playing tomorrow night. Oh, okay, righto. Interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks for the update, mate. He's had a bit of a rough preseason, hasn't he? Been a bit all over the shop. Yes, Foss, we love that. Flaming footy, Jaden Short, yes or no? Look, my initial thought is no, but I've had a few people saying he's looked quite good tonight. I'm still probably leaning towards a no, but I'll watch the rest of the game tonight and hopefully get a bit of a feel for it. Amusement, Daniel, the generational Grovedale hater. It's inevitable. See what you did there. Nice. That he averages 150. I didn't think Grovedale would get a shout out today, but there you go. Kepsy Max, thoughts on Boyd and Reedy? Up the Catters. Yeah, mate, go the Cats. But I don't think those guys are going to play too much footy over the long term. They might feature a little bit in the first month, but I think when Marshall's fully up and running, I think we'll probably see him drift out. And same when Darcy comes back with Reedy. That'd be my concern. Gaming HD was at the game last night. General admin perfectly on the wing, in the shade and spot on conditions with lights on. Great game to watch. Yeah, I agree, mate. I was there. I was right next to the race, which the Cats were running down. So, yeah, it was a perfect night for it. Dodged that sun. Yeah, it was good. Macca looks pretty fine. Yep, thank you. Bailey Foss, how are we feeling about Sam DeConning after last night? Yeah, not great, to be honest, mate. Really was watching him close. For me, I needed to see a bit more. I think he just doesn't look a ruckman. Look, he doesn't win too many hitouts. He fights pretty hard on the ground and he does link up in possessions a bit, and then there's just that risk of blitzarves and even just if DeConning is like a guy that they feel on any given week is better suited to a key forward. That's sort of what worries me. So I needed to be convinced. Like he's risky at the best of times, but he needed to convince me, and he didn't. So probably putting a line through him. Detroit, imagine having a Sook over going out and playing for East Doncaster. Not exactly sure what that's in reference to. Tiger Rewalt, Jaden Short farming the footy at the moment. Shorty lock him in. Wow, really? Jeez, that's interesting. I mean, I know he's slightly biased there, Tiger Rewalt, but I'm looking forward to watching this one back. Bryce, what you think of Rivers in defence, Shorty? I feel like he'll be bumped a bit out of the midfield once Petrarca and Viney come back. That's probably my worry. So, yeah, that'd be a watch. That's, again, one we're going to have to wait and see on, but that's my gut feel. Ashton, thoughts on Callahan? Yes, I do like Callahan a lot. For me, he's currently in my side. So I feel like he'll get good opportunity, particularly early without Green. And then, yeah, we'll wait and see. But look, I think he's certainly a guy that's got all the talent, moves well, can break lines. So we'll have to wait and see. Yes, I am currently listening to my own stream here because I just not sure how we're going here with this internet. Yes, I am currently listening to my own stream here because I just okay, that's coming through okay. Not sure how we're going here with this internet. Kind of trippy, but okay, that's coming through okay. Okay, we'll wear that. Just had me a bit worried. Swift, magical. Perryman kicked a goal. Man, he's having some sort of night. I think he's going to be a much traded in player after tonight, I reckon. Kepsy Max, what do you think the midfield group is going to look like at Geelong? Yeah, look, I think it'll be largely Holmes and Smith leading the way. I do think Dangerfield still features in there a lot. And then you might have like a bit of a defensive mid, like a Bose or an Atkins in there. And look, I think Nevitt will play around there. I just don't know how much of a lock he is to be in there. And even Tom Stewart had a bit of centre bounce attendance, which was interesting. Macca, thoughts on taking Holmes out to short? Look, I wouldn't do that unless you desperately had to make some cash. I really like Holmesy. So, but yeah, clearly it sounds like Short is having a nice night out at the moment. Baslenka goes Nicky Dacos. He's obviously liking his work there. Tiger Ewald, too early to bring in Sonzi and Ross after the big scores so far and good rolls. Look, I don't think there's any need for Ross. What is Sonzi priced at? How cheap is he? 213. Again, I just think we've got enough mid prices down in the forward line, and I think they're good enough. I don't think we need to sort of stretch for too many around 200k. James Harden, Perryman gone quiet, shorty. Jeez, this is a roller coaster, mate. I don't know how he's going, but I'm looking forward to watching it. Please keep me updated. I don't really like Cheese. Think Stewart is going under the radar. Had the role and looked good. Maybe a little bit. I suppose for Stewart, the thing is we're not going to learn too much until he has to face a tag, which ultimately destroyed him last year. So that'll be where the proof is. Tiger, don't go early in Dacos. You got to remember we suck. Yes, you're a very young side. There's no doubt about that. Gaming HD, Bailey Smith apparently pulled out of the game because he hurt his knee doing Pilates. Yes, I heard this. Not sure how he's done that. They mentioned it in commentary last night. It's bizarre, mate. Yeah, look, he'll be okay though. Look, I'm sure he'll be right for round one, and I still feel like he's an absolute lock. Shorty lover. Always seen Shorty as a bit of a lock for a premium bed spot at Anglesea. Shame to see his potential wasted on a bottom bunk by himself. Tough times, mate. Tough times. I've never had the premium spot. I've had just one of the single beds, mate, but gonna have to land that premium bed one day. Makaza, keep up the good work. Oh, thanks, mate. Thoughts on Fraser as a Mills replacement? I don't mind the left field thinking. I don't mind it, but he's got to be on that watch list for the practice games. I think he'll get a good look early because Bailey Dale is injured, but my gut feel is a decent option. Don't know if I'm brave enough to start. Gaming HD, Pryor been in every A team in the Dons preseason and practice games. Saw him last night, looked pretty solid and didn't make any mistakes. Think he's a real option. Yeah, I think you're right. Like he's definitely looking cemented in their team, but probably more of a lower possession type player. Just had the 13 touches. He's a nice looking kick, isn't he, on that left? But I think we do need defensive rookies. So yeah, he certainly comes into the mix. James Harden thinking about dropping Gawn down to Tom DeConim because I think TDK can hold out Pitto when he's fit. Yeah, I agree. I would be encouraging you to do that. I think that's a good call. Shorty lover. Also, Kane told me no go on that. Shit. Hey, appreciate that. Kane just looking out for old Shorty. That is wild scenes, bro. I've got to really reassess some stuff, man. James Harden, thoughts on Whitfield? Yeah, probably paying top dollar for him. Good player. Maybe with the buy, I'd prefer others, but yeah, not one that I've had in my side yet. But yeah, he's a very good player, isn't he? Where are we now? Detroit, Jaden Short is a lock because of the ball will go down there and he will rack up 30 plus every game. Yeah, look, I suppose you can look at it two different ways. I mean, there will be a lot of ball down there. I mean, he's more of an outside player. What if they're just getting smashed and you just can't, what if they get hammered and there's just not that much ball? They're just kicking goals. But I do tend to agree. I think he is going to get a bit of the footy. I'm very keen to see how he goes tonight. Kepsy Mack, Shannon Neal throwing that big body around almost makes me forget there won't be Big Hawk down there this year. Yeah, He was solid, wasn't he? I just feel like there's a game soon where he just really breaks out and goes nuts. I really do, but he's just maybe teasing us a smidgen at the moment. Shorty Lover, who was your best on ground from Friday night, Anglesey? Geez, best on ground. I mean, look, Cobb's always up there. I thought he started well and just keeps a solid pace. I had to respect Tommy D with the Maduri, not just Maduri, but drinking it from the bottle. That has to be respected. Yeah, they're probably the main. Obviously, a smaller crew, but they're probably the main ones that come to mind. I mean, clearly the birthday boy himself, Bradley, just produced the goods on the setup. Good setup, had the wheel, even though it was magneted to VP every time I spun it. But and the Mr. Burns Maduri mix, that had to be respected. So can't have a good party without a good host, and he's done well there. Tiger Rewalt, Short has 19 and 70 Supercoach. Almost, wow. Shit, really? Gosh. Okay. We might have to consider. Ross has 10 and a goal, 50 plus. Geez, they're throwing some stuff at us, aren't they? Got something to think about. Ashton, thoughts on Travalia? If not, then any other cheap defensive rookies? I don't reckon he's best 22, or if he is, he's sort of on the periphery. He only played a quarter. Zach Reed's a good one. Connor O'Sullivan. Buslinger, I still feel like he's a good one at the Dogs. And hopefully we get one can anyone give me an update around someone like a Caleb Smith at Richmond or Luke Trainer? Either of them, are they playing? How are they going? Because they're guys that we thought might offer something in the rookie space as well. I don't really like Cheese. O'Sullivan looked pretty good in the first quarter, but didn't play after that. Is he just not best 22? No, I think he is best 22. I just think he's still a young guy. Geelong don't like to run their young guys into the ground. So I do think he's best 22. He definitely played the first half. I feel like he probably played 2.5 quarters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but no, he'll be okay. Flaming Footy, is Mitch Nevitt a lock? No, I don't think he is. He actually didn't really do it for me. I think he got a lot of opportunity in the centre bounce, but he didn't quite grab it. So I feel like he'd be in the team, but I just don't know. Paddy Dangerfield is going to have a lot more centre bounce time than just 5. Max Holmes is going to have a lot more than 13. I just think you've got Bowes, Atkins, Smith didn't even play. I feel like Nevitt's probably 6th in line in the midfield, and that doesn't leave a stack of centre bounces. He might get pushed out to a wing, I reckon. James, Nick Dacos, 97, almost half time. Wow. That's insane. Yeah, okay. Magical Short 20 disposal at half time. Far out. Yeah, okay. Anyone for a Perryman update? How are we looking on Perryman? Flaming Footy, Anglesey, top 5 local ovals in Victoria, I reckon. Yeah, mate, that is an elite oval. Definitely. Love having a bit of a kick of the footy down there from time to time. James, is Connor Stone going to start? By all reports, I haven't really watched the Giants super close in their game against Sydney, but he's definitely been a good one through the preseason, so I think he's every chance. And James continues on. And is it bad that I may start 5 primo defenders? Nah, not at all. Look, I think we probably need it down there because there's not many rookies. I think you're either going 3 primos, 4 primos, or even a Short or a Perryman, something like that, because that's all we can really trust at the moment down back. Jordan Short is looking good. He seems to be the rage at the moment. Jeez. Might have to do a little TikTok after this one on Jaden Short. James, Jeb Buslinger named emergency for tomorrow's game. Oh, God. All right. How is he emergency when Liam Jones is out? Bailey Dale's out. What's going on? That hurts. Tiger Rewalt, Smith not playing. Trainer extended bench. Hasn't come on yet. Oh, my God. These rookies down back are killing us. Magical. Yep, Luke Trainer not playing. Confirms it as well. Far out. Thanks for the update, guys. Gavin, is Bailey Dale injured? Yeah, a bit of a quad concern. I think he's touch and go for the start of the season now, which is frustrating. Wiltshire just sharing his love for Pelicans. Respect that. Don't really like cheese. Shorty is Nevitt's biggest hater. I know. Look, I've got to be honest with you. Look, it's just what I think. It's just what I think. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. Dylan Clark, is Tom Powell a silly option? Being the standout of the preseason by all reports, had 34 touches against the D's last week. No, not silly at all. I must think he's a bit of a sleeper. I feel like there's maybe some better options. People may be getting a bit more excited about an Ashcroft and Oliver, and they don't want to go too many in that range. But no, I think he's set for a breakout season. I suppose how big is the breakout? His ceiling, what could he do? That's probably the query on him, I suppose. But he's looking very, very good. Flamin' Footy, when is the next Milo TikTok? Yeah, well, what do I do, mate? Let me know. Like, I'm all for a Milo TikTok. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? Jordan, Perryman, 5 touches, a goal, 7 tackles. So just 5 touches. Wow. That's I would have preferred a bit more than that. I feel like he had 4 in the first quarter. All right, Jaden Short, you're coming in, mate. I didn't think I would, but you guys are convincing me. There we go. Jaden Short, 140K now in the bank for sure to splurge elsewhere. That's very naughty. Gaming HD. Hobbs' kicks makes me think he didn't even play football as a junior. He even had a set shot out in the full nearly. Needs to be on the handball. Only treatment from the coaches. Yeah, I must admit, I agree. Like, he played well. He wins the footy, but I said to my mate, I'm like, look, Hobbs can barely kick over a jam tin, mate. There's no penetration in it. Everything is loopy and high and slow, and it's probably what's held him back. So he's an inside bull, works hard, but yeah, not a good kick. James Harden, I can't pass Dacos up, and also do I go Tommy de Koning now that Pitto will find it tough to get back in? Yeah, look, I can't argue with you there. I absolutely agree with you, mate. I would be going to Koning as well. Kepsy Max, any of the guys currently injured you'd take a look at when they come back? Yeah, probably like Coleman and Mills would be the main ones, I think. Could be handy sideways trades, but yeah, we thought we were going to pin our hopes and dreams on them, and they've both gone down. So, Wiltshire, what dating apps do you recommend for a lonely Pelican lover like me? Look, mate, maybe try Hinge. I'm not sure how many Pelicans I've seen on there, but quality site. Chloe, any thoughts on LDU? Absolutely. He's in my team. I love him. And he's got a nice bit of pod about him. So, yeah, I think he's a guy that is ready to go nuts. So I'm all about him. James Harden, lock short in, 70 plus Supercoach. Wow, 17 kicks. How's he doing it? Are we getting a lot of kick-ins, or are they just looking for him and just chipping it around? James, Jake Saligo named Ruck Rover tomorrow night. Could be a smoky. Yeah, I don't mind that. There's a lot in there. There's like Chera, Ashcroft, Callahan, Oliver, Powell, Saligo, Reed. Like, there's a lot of guys around that range. It's very interesting. I don't really like cheese. Oh, no, sorry. Flamin' Footy. I reckon it's Milo o'clock shorty. Got to whip one up for us right now. Look, I won't leave my post right now, but hey, maybe one day. Maybe one. It's probably pretty hard to go Milo and live, but yeah, you never know. I don't really like cheese. Short 12% owned. Let's see how much that changes after the game. Yeah, look, I could imagine by this time tomorrow, it's 30%. Easy. James Harden, thoughts on Garcia and Peatling? Definitely keener on Garcia. Got something in my eye going on here, guys. I don't like that too much, but I do like Garcia. I think he's probably the guy that stands out more as a clear mid in their side, where Peatling seems a bit more flank push up to the stoppage, occasional centre bounce. So, but we'll get a bit more of a read of that over the weekend. Dill Clark, Sheldrick, 100% plays with no Mills early. It's a good point, actually. That's a good point. He could make us some nice cash. Would he be a sub option, though? Or do you think with Mills that takes that away? Jordan, I'm still picking Petrarca. Wow. Walk me through your thoughts there, mate. Like, surely he can't be at his absolute best with an interrupted preseason. James, only just started watching, so I'll let you know what Short is doing. Thanks, mate. I'm very keen to to watch the second half. I'll probably go. Yeah, we'll probably be on here for like another 20 odd minutes. And then, yeah, I'll be watching the second half for sure. Kepsy, what's happening with Ryan Marrick? Yeah, I still feel like he could take that Barras role and be a sneaky 75, 80 odd average guy. But we need to find out soon. We need to find out, what do they play Sunday, I think. So that will let us know for sure. Magical Short is roaming around the whole ground playing centre back. Okay. But that half back line. Interesting. Thank you for that. Blessy, think it's a toss-up between Short or Rivers at the moment. I think Short probably has the more assurity around his role. I think Rivers would have to be a mid for us to go with him. I just don't know if that's going to happen with Viney and Track. D-Mac, hi, Daddy Dan. Hey, mate, how are you? Good to see you. James Harden sounds good. Magical disposals are coming from around the play for Short. That's what I like to see, because sometimes I'd hate for him to just trap us and be a little tease for a pre-season, but it looks the real deal. Thanks for the updates. Tiger Rewalt, do we get rid of Peatling? Named at forward pocket, might be fifth in line behind Dawson, Saligo, Rankin, Crouch, and Keys. Laird, Neil Bullen still rotating through. I think Laird will be mainly half back, but I tend to agree. I think at the moment, he might be a little bit just down the pecking order for us to select. D-Mac, as a distant relative of Jaden Short yourself, has he baited us again? Look, there was only one talented prodigy, and, I chose tennis. Just put that football career down the drain. Under 16 at Grovedale, tough times. But Jaden Short has excelled, Uncle Shorty. But honestly, for a guy who's averaged high 90s before, at that price, with Rioli going, if he puts in a game like this, so if he ends up having 35, I don't think we can say no, as difficult as that might be. Jordan Clark or Whitefield shorts? Hang on. Jordan Clark or Whitefield thoughts? Whitfield. Jeez, you had me confused there, bro. Absolutely rattled me. Mate, I'd probably go Clark. Oh, no, they both have the bye, don't they? Oh, I'm not absolutely in love with either, but toss of the coin, mate. Look, if it was a draft, I know there's a slight difference in price, but if it was draft, I'd pick Whitfield. Jordan, did you see the Harley Reid clips? I did. I don't think it was against the finest opposition, but we've seen him do it against some of the finest. So the bloke's a jet. My only concern would be that he could cop a little bit of tagging attention, again, being basically their number one mid. So I see probably Reid taking his average up to around 100. Feel like at that price we need more. We need it close to 110, but his ceiling's ridiculous. Kepsy Max, how much are we going to be influenced by preseason games? Repeat of Zach Fisher from last year. Well, that's right. It's always a balance between how much do we get sucked in. Like say, for example, Max Holmes doesn't have a great game last night, but I'm a believer, so I'm not being influenced by that. But someone like Jaden Short, I could be influenced on, because I feel like there's some guys that we need to see something from them in this preseason format. Other guys we don't. So don't be totally dependent on them, but they are worth considering. Dylan Clark, Short only had one kick in so far. Looking for him at all costs out of defense. Too good of a role not to start. Yeah, look, I think I'm convinced, guys. I think I'm convinced. Jesus, this is hectic. This is the exciting part of the season, though, isn't it? When we're just frantically changing our sides and really honing in. It is exciting. James Harden, sorry about the confusion. Shorty, no, you're right. Clark doesn't have that bye. Yeah, okay. I'd still probably go Whitfield, but yeah, don't love him much, but bit of a toss of the coin. D-Mac, Houston versus Sicily. Sis allows a better rookie in another position, but also scares me with the role. I think Houston is a safer selection. I feel like I agree. The concerns around Sicily is a bit like with De Koning. On any given day, depending on the matchup, depending on an in-game injury, or if the Hawks are just struggling, send Sicily forward for the second half. Like, it just worries me. So I would be hesitant. But yeah, Ashton, Brayshaw, or Dacos? I assume we're talking Nick. I mean, that would be clearly Nick Dacos by a mile. Flaming Footy. Thoughts on Wanganeen Miller and Leak for the Giants? Really love Wanganeen Miller. Think he could really take it a bit next level this year, push it to around 105. Leak didn't get a great opportunity in the most recent match sim pracky, so I'll be hoping that he gets more of a chance this time. But I feel like he had a great VFL season last year, so pretty high pick. I think a first rounder. I'd like to think he plays, but we'll have to wait and see. I see with the lives, because it varies in time sometimes. Is there a way, you guys are better at tech than me? Is there a way is it like Premiere or something? Can you put something to tell people that you're going live at a certain time? Or should I just keep going roughly between 7:45 and 8 o'clock and just wait for people to jump on? Happy to hear your thoughts. Kepsy Max, who do you think will be the top scorer in each line this year? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Look, Harry Sheasel down back. I mean, Bont's the easy answer in the midfield, but look, it'd be Nick Dacos or Bontempelli, I would imagine. But if you want like something a bit left field, I think Luke Davies-Uniacke really jumps up. Tristan Cherry, not telling you anything you don't know. And in the forward line, Rankin or Horn Francis. And I think that's closer than most people think. I really reckon that'll be tight between them. Flaming Footy getting kind of screwed at the back line. Yeah, it's tough, that back line, isn't it? Don't really like Cheese. Collingwood also only one behind. Okay. yeah, right. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't realize that. James, everyone shush about Short. I've had him since the team picker. He's mine. There is actually nothing more frustrating than having a guy being confident and then everyone just jumps on. He just goes well in a pracky and everyone just jumps on. And you're like, mate, I did all the hard work. I trusted him when no one else did. That's the most frustrating thing. I don't really like Cheese. James Harden, it's too late. Yeah, I know. Felix, thoughts on Rory Laird with his halfback role as a pod? I don't mind it, but I wouldn't endorse it. I feel like you're not getting any value because I feel like probably an average of 105 is about best case for him. So there's no real value in the price, but there is risk that he doesn't actually get the dual position. I know it looks like he would now, but all it takes is an injury in the midfield in round 3, then they chuck him in there or they change it up, and all of a sudden you've got a guy averaging 103, 104 in your midfield, and it's really awkward because it's not enough. So I'd be happy to wait and see how he goes and jump on if we need. Magical Short would have a lot more disposals if Collingwood weren't so accurate. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think the more and more we look at it, the more I think he is an absolute lock. I don't really like Cheese, Dawson, or Steele as a cheeky pod. That's tough. I prefer Dawson. That's a tough one. Ashton, thoughts on Angus Hasty? Yeah, good one. Very good. I like that. Had a nice game, 18 touches in the match sim. Bit of a taller type halfback flanker. So, yeah, I reckon he's every chance to debut. He would debut. Yeah, I think he's a good option. Graz, hey, mate, thoughts on O'Driscoll? Yeah, he looked pretty good. I think he'll sit nicely on a wing for the Dockers. He's played a few games before and generally sat around a 65, 70 average. So I don't think he's going to go nuts, but he'll probably be a pretty reliable, mature option for around the 200K. Jordan, have you got Kako in? Yeah, absolutely. I had him in before last night, and last night just shorted up for sure. Hockball, is Liam Baker an option as well? He is, but I feel like we've probably got better options. Like I think at the moment with the forward line, there's so many mid-priced options with McRae, Smith, Sanders, Daniel, Garcia. I think I've missed some in there as well. But so, yeah, I feel like there's no need to go a guy in that 400 range, but he is looking nice with a fairly nice role. James Harden, no Short, isn't a lock. Yeah, he's trying to get rid of him. Oh, shit. Keenan Van Hees. What a saucy man. Well, this could be interesting. Thoughts on having your mother write out a list of household chores to be completed whilst they go away on a holiday? They've offered me remuneration if I do a good job. That was insane content. The list was wild. Some of the stuff that was put in there for poor Covey was just plainly disrespectful for a grown man. Like, I think I hope you got remunerated, Cov, because they disrespected you on some of those lists. Hey, Lukey, what's up? Hey, Shorty. Thought I'd pop in quickly. Currently watching Tigers Pies, and the score is 4-10-34 to 13-179. Thanks, mate. And yeah, obviously, I thought I'd stick to the time with the Wednesday live, but yeah, probably not the absolute best going head to head with the footy. Everyone's probably watching that, but and Luke also says thoughts on last night's game. I reckon Essendon could go all right this year. Yeah, I think it's one of those games where it meant a bit more to Essendon to win and have that winning feeling. I think Geelong were definitely scratchy. I felt like we tried to handball a bit more and move the footy quickly, which didn't always pay off. But yeah, good to get along with the footy. And yeah, it was certainly nice to be back. Gaming HD, you should do the premiere for the stream because it reminds everyone the closer the time gets to when stream's going to start. Oh, okay. Yep. Thank you, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. James, footy's about to be back on, Shorty. Shorty's already farming the ball. Mate, thanks for the update. Look, I reckon we'll go for maybe another 10 or 15 because I am pretty keen to watch the footy, I must admit. Luke, thoughts on Kako, Shorty? He's bloody impressive, which I saw you. I wish I saw you last night. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, look, I don't tend to check my phone at the game much, mainly because I get shock and reception. I don't know what it is, but I can't even get a text to send. It probably doesn't surprise anyone, my text skills, but yeah, I don't tend to log into their Wi-Fi, but maybe I should. But yeah, it was a good game, mate. And yeah, Kako, even like he kicked 4, but I think it's just some of the pickups he does. Comes in at pace, below his knees, picks it up one take. He's class. Tiger Rewalt, see you, Shorty. You're going to watch the Tigs, get it done for one more half. Thanks, mate. Thanks for popping in. I reckon I'll be doing very similar shortly as well. You could even see a bit of a peak in the numbers going up to about 35-40 in the half time and then just drops back down to 20. So Ed Allen going to get a run, says James. I don't think so. So he's not named tonight, is he? Or is he extended bench? But yeah, didn't get a go last week, which is a bit of a surprise, I must admit. Ashton, is Luke Jackson still a good option? I'm not sold on it. I think Darcy is out, which helps. But what I thought would have been good about it is he'd just be number one ruck. But what we've seen is this almost want to play him a bit mid, a bit forward, a bit ruck, and have Reedy as like the mainstay. So they must like something in Jackson's versatility, but it's not going to help us for SuperCoach. So yeah, and then there's always that thing of, well, if Darcy's back by round 3, 4, or 5, it all changes. So we've got that same concern because you wouldn't pick Jackson if Darcy was in the team. So we might only have 3 or 4 good weeks. So I don't think he's one for me. Extended bench for Ed Allen. Thank you. Luke, going to go back to watching the footy, Shorty. And before I go, thought the internet was average last night at the footy, like round 1 last year. Yeah. That's all right, man. Thank you for popping in anyway. Like I said, I'll stick to the lives on the Wednesday, but hopefully, well, there won't be many that clash with the footy, will there? James, Collingwood are actually going to push for the flag this year, even though it's a practice match. They look like a complete team. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be placing too much emphasis on their overall against such a young Tigers team in a pracky, but yeah, they're obviously looking good. Keno, I'm trying to reduce my carbon footprint. Is it okay if I use disposable latex twice? Yeah, maybe even 3 times. Maybe. Yeah, I think I know a guy. I'll ask him for you. Yeah. Shane, who do you replace Butters with, Shorty? Oh, look, you could go a bit of a sarong option. You could go LDU if you want to go something a bit different. I'm sure you could go Dacos. So, yeah, there's certainly not short of options. If you needed to free up some cash, you've got someone like a Will Day, Ashton Robinson. If not Jackson, who would you recommend? Well, I think for me, it's Cherry and DeConing. Or if somehow Flynn does get fit and he's looking good, I'd be half tempted. I know it sounds crazy, but it does a lot to free up other areas. But yeah, I think traditionally set and forget's the way in the rucks. He slays. He slays. Hey, mate, what's going on? James Collingwood tonight, shorty. 15-1. Jeez, they're doing what the Bombers did last night, mate. Crazy scenes. It is fantastic to have footy back, isn't it? Like, I know we've had it back for a little bit, but there's nothing quite like this type of game. You know, we had those matches and, you know, it was a bit all over the shop, different formats, you know, pretty sketchy footage. But no, we're back in town now. It's looking good. And look, to be honest, I think if anyone's got any more questions, feel free to shoot them through. But obviously the second half started and I'm pretty keen to go have a look. So let us know if you've got a couple more questions, but I might wind it up there if you don't have too much more. Naka shout. No, I'm not too keen. I know he is a pretty solid option, but I prefer others. I'm not going to fully talk you out of it, but I just prefer others. Magical, do you have a tipping comp? Yes, I do. Let me see if I can. Haven't logged in for ages, so if I can get this going straight away, and that's if I can send the link. Let's see. You punt or are you against it? No, I don't mind a bit of a bet. Yeah, probably not for practice games, but yeah, I'll have a bit of a dabble. We're gonna have to log in here, are we? I'm gonna have to get this first time, or we're in trouble. Nah, don't know. I'll do a video or something, but yeah. Ashton is sweet, a good option. Nah, I just don't think he has the ceiling. I don't think he's got the ceiling to be a good option. Bit of an awkward price. James, do you have an open league, shorty? Because I'm only in one of them. I do have one. I normally try, if you're in one of my leagues, I normally sort of be like, don't go in anymore because we try and share the love. But I will put up a code here. So here's a bit of a league code, guys. I think there's about 10 or 12 spots left in this one. Gaming HD, KO scamming us with the unofficial practice games. The camera quality was shocking. Yeah, I know. Yeah, look, KO is definitely scamming us. I mean, $40 is ridiculous. But I will say, at least we got to watch him. I mean, nothing half the time. James Collingwood's only point was a rush behind. Zeke says, "Oh my God, 1 minute ago, injured, out for 3 weeks. What is going on? I'm not sure the reliability on that, but Professor Michael, what can we do as Australians to support Ukraine with their ongoing fight against Russia?" Well, I have missed Professor Michael and his deep questions, and like many of them, mate, I don't have an answer for you, but I do appreciate it. He's an amusing man. All right, let's see if we can get this footy tipping. Oh, we're in. Hello. Now, I don't know if this will work. I suppose this will depend if I can put links through here. Maybe you can. Yeah, okay. So that's the link to me footy tips. No worries, James. Good stuff. ESPN, mate. ESPN. Now, is that league filled up? There's a few more options in there, but yeah, look, I think we might wind it up there. Get around the footy tips if you like. I'll do a separate video and sort of talk a bit about that. But yeah, thanks for all your comments tonight. I appreciate you jumping on board because obviously with the footy on, there's plenty to watch. So thanks for coming along for a bit of a chat. Like I said, we'll be live every Wednesday on TikTok from 7, and then YouTube about 7:45, give or take. So I reckon I'll do that premiere thing and have a bit more of a locked-in schedule for you guys. But yeah, time to bring in Jaden Short, I guess. Let's have a look. I'm going to go watch it now. But yeah, appreciate your time. Appreciate your questions. Thanks for the support over the preseason. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much. No worries, Ashton. Thank you, mate. I'll see you next week. See you guys.